This is a very strong deal, rating 8.5 out of 10. Let's review. That stunning brand new home that you're thinking about buying, it could be a dream home or it could be a total ripoff. But don't worry, because on this channel, I've created 2 proprietary systems to make sure that you never overpay for a home or buy into the wrong neighborhood. System number 1, the new construction deal rating system. It ranks individual new construction homes on a scale of 1 to 10 based on location, home value, builder reputation, and amenities. System number 2, the new community rating system. This evaluates entire new construction communities based on key factors like location, amenities, safety, and community stability. Now stick around to the end of this video because I'm gonna break down each system, showing you an example of a real home and a real community. First, let's get to the new construction deal rating system. And I need a new name for this thing. TommyWooten.com, woo, woo. TommyWooten.com, woo, woo. TommyWooten.com. Guys, take it from a 15-year new construction specialist. Picking new construction isn't just about finding a house that looks nice. I mean, in DFW, there's good deals, there's bad deals, and there are straight up terrible deals out there. Now, most buyers and honestly, most agents have no idea about what makes a new construction deal worth it. They focus on things like quartz versus granite countertops and fancy finishes, but they completely ignore the real factors that determine whether or not a home is a good investment or a financial mistake. So again, I developed this rating system and I'm gonna break it down for you right now. First category, location and accessibility. Weight 30%. What school district is it in? How far is the nearest highway, grocery store, medical facility, shopping hub? Where is the lot in relation to the neighborhood? Any major pluses or minuses there? This category takes care of all that. Second, home value. Weight 40%. Is the home priced fairly compared to similar new construction sales? I compare its asking price per square foot to the average closed price per square foot for similar homes within the same city. This is where you find out if it's a steal or if you're getting ripped off. Third, builder reputation. Is this a builder you can trust? Or are they known for cutting corners, bad materials, and subpar warranties? I rate the builders like I rate my kids' friends. We have green light builders, which means go ahead, you're good. Yellow light builders, which means proceed with caution. And red light builders, which means stop, just stop and think for just 1 minute. And finally, community amenities. Weight 10%. If you're buying in a master planned community, what kind of amenities do they offer? But what if it's a luxury new construction home, for instance, in the middle of Dallas, and there's no master planned community around it? Well, then the score reflects some of the home's private amenity. At the end of the breakdown, the home gets a final score out of 10. Anything above an 8, a very strong deal. If it's a 6 or below, you should think twice before signing that contract. I want to welcome you all to the Dallas, Texas New Construction Deals channel. This channel doesn't just give you home and community tours. I'm giving you actual ratings to help you make a good decision. For representation, you can call or text me personally, or you can simply just scan the QR code. If you ever want me to personally rate a home or community that you're considering, now you know how to get in touch with me. Do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe and hit that bell, because you never know when I'll be rating a home or community that you are interested in. Now we're gonna go check out one home and one community, and I'm gonna show you how these systems work. Let's go. First up, we have Mattamy Homes' Sienna floor plan here in Sutton Fields in Celina, Texas, Prosper ISD. Let's have a look at location and accessibility. The lot that this home sits on is massively oversized, so it gets a point for that. The school district, Prosper ISD, you get points for being a top 25 school district. Proximity to essentials, Highway 380 is just 3.7 miles away, 8 out of 10. Grocery and retail, just 3.7 miles away, that's Costco, 8 out of 10. Major shopping, that's Gates of Prosper, that's 9.8 miles away. The nearest medical care now down in Winsong Ranch, 4.6 miles away, 10 out of 10. The final location score that this home gets, 8 out of 10. Let's move on to home value. This home is $183.07 a square foot. That is significantly lower than Celina's new construction closed price per square foot for 2-story homes, over the last 90 days. That number is $214.15. Now, the two-story new constructions that are on the market here in Sutton Fields have an average of $227.17. That's a big win. Final score for the home value, 10 out of 10. Now, Mattamy Homes isn't one of these home builders that have been in DFW for 10 or 20 years and have this immaculate reputation. No, they're somewhat new to DFW. They are a yellow light builder, 6 out of 10. Now, the community of Sutton Fields is almost a perfect 10. They almost have everything that you can imagine. Pools, parks, playgrounds, fishing ponds, catch and release, pickleball courts, and basketball court, 9 out of 10. This is a very strong deal rating, 8.5 out of 10. Let's review. This is an excellent home value priced well below Celina's new construction mark. A strong location, not the best highway access, but still convenient. A yellow light builder. Maybe some question marks regarding Mattamy Homes, but the price definitely offsets the risk. My final take is that this is a wonderful deal when compared to a lot of the new construction that's selling in Celina. And that deal gets even sweeter if Mattamy Homes is willing to negotiate the price a little bit more. As a matter of fact, if they do, then this home becomes a no-brainer. Guys, what do you think about this new system that we've got here only on this channel? Hit that like button, definitely subscribe, and hit that bell because my goal is to rate 50 homes in 50 days. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you say we try out the community rating system? Let's try it out. All right, guys, I'm out here in Celina at Parks at Wilson Creek. And before we break down this community, I want to tell you how we score communities with the new community rating system. Each community will get a final rating out of 10 based on 5 weighted categories. Here they go. Community amenities, 25%. Location and accessibility, 25%. Overall home value, 20%. Safety, 20%. And community stability, 10%. Great communities will get an 8 or higher. Decent communities will be between 6 and 8. And if the community gets below a 6, it's a risky investment. Now let's break down the community amenities category. Scoring is based on things like pools, parks, playgrounds, fishing ponds, trails, clubhouses, fitness centers. But the absolute best amenity that a community can have is a lifestyle director. Lifestyle directors typically only go into lifestyle communities, and they typically schedule 100 to 200 events a year. Each community amenity earns a certain amount of points. For instance, a pool earns 1 point, whereas a lifestyle director earns the maximum 3 points. So the final community amenity score looks like this. 0 to 2 points, that gets a 2 out of 10. 3 to 5 points, that gets a 4 out of 10. 6 to 8 points, that gets a 6 out of 10. 9 to 11 points, 8 out of 10. And 12 plus points, and it must have a lifestyle director, a full 10 out of 10. Now let's move on to location and accessibility. Now this 25% weight is broken out into 2 categories: proximity to a major highway, grocery stores, shopping hubs, and medical care. That's 15%. The school district ranking, 10%. A school can earn a 10 out of 10 if it's within niche.com's top 25 school districts. If it's within the top 50 school districts, 8 out of 10. Top 75, 6 out of 10. Top 100, 4 out of 10. And if it's not ranked in the top 100, a 2 out of 10. Now let's look at proximity to essentials. Within 2 miles of a major highway, 10 out of 10. From 2 to 5 miles, 8 out of 10. From 5 to 8 miles, 6 out of 10. And if it's 8 plus miles away, a 4 out of 10. I went ahead and I applied similar scoring for proximity to grocery stores and urgent care facilities. All right, let's look at overall home value. This compares the community's asking price per square foot to the city's closed price per square foot on new construction. So for instance, a community may earn a 10 out of 10 if the asking price per square foot is within $10 of the city's. It'll only get an 8 out of 10 if it's within $25. It'll only get a 6 out of 10 if it's within $50. And it'll get a 4 out of 10 if it's more than $50 more than the closed price per square foot in that city. Hey guys, if you like how all this is sounding, smash that like button and hit subscribe. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's move on to safety, 20%. This factors in crime rates, police and emergency response times, and infrastructures. After pulling data off the internet, a community will earn either a 10 out of 10, an 8 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, or a 4 out of 10. And last but not least, my favorite category, community stability. This takes into account two different things: where the community is in its phasing. Are we opening up? Because that's a little bit more risky to buy in than a closeout phase. And how many builders are in the community? I think we all understand that a brand new community with a single builder controlling everything, it hits a little bit different than a big master plan community with multiple builders that is in its closeout phase. A little bit more stable. All right, let's show you what this looks like on the parks at Wilson Creek. I love this community, by the way. I'm hoping we can get a 10 out of 10. Celina ISD, that is a top 50 school district according to niche.com, 8 out of 10. Proximity to essentials, the nearest highway, 3 miles away, the Dallas North Tollway, 10 out of 10. The nearest grocery store, less than 5 miles away, the Kroger, the HEB, 8 out of 10. The nearest urgent care, more than 6 miles away, that's the Baylor Scott and White, 8 out of 10. The weighted location score, 8.6 out of 10. Let's move on to community amenities. This community has a lot. We're talking about pools, parks, playgrounds, fishing ponds. They're gonna have a big fitness center. They've got 12 catch and release ponds throughout the community, but no lifestyle director, 8 out of 10. All right, let's move on to home value. The parks at Wilson Creek's average asking price is $231.65. And in Celina, the average closed price per square foot is $214.33. This is just a difference of $17.32, and that falls between the $10 and $25 square foot category, 8 out of 10. Now let's move on to community stability. We're looking at 4 builders right here: Highland, David Weekley, Perry, and Tradition Homes. And they have some other products on the other side that are for smaller lots. Not quite 5 or more builders. This community is also in its infancy stage. Lots of homes already built, but the community has a very long way to go. We score this 8 out of 10. So the final verdict on the parks at Wilson Creek here in Celina, this community rates as an 8.8 out of 10. This is a great community to buy in. Here's the pros: excellent location near the Dallas North Tollway. There's great value here in this community because of the prices. Strong amenities, although there's not going to be a lifestyle director that will give you all those events throughout the year. They've got a high safety rating with a great infrastructure. And there's really only one con here, and that's that the community is still in its mid phase with a long way to go. That means there's a little bit of risk involved if you buy here and then have to turn around and sell within a few years. And that's how the 2 rating systems work, guys. I can't wait to roll this out to you guys as I scour DFW video after video, looking for the absolute best new construction deal and the absolute best community for you to buy in. Looking forward to it, guys. Woo woo.